Hello friends, good morning and welcome to LeggLife. It is about 4:30 a.m. and I have waited about a decade for this moment. I am going to pick up my dad and we are going to the airport. We are flying to Seattle for a father-son weekend trip to see the Seattle Seahawks kick off the 2024 NFL season. Now, my dad and I have gone to football games before. My dad and I have gone to a lot of sporting events before. Sports have always been one of the primary things that he and I have bonded over and connected over. And so a decade ago, when I put my name on the list to become a season ticket holder of the Seattle Seahawks, the thought I had in my head was hoping someday to be able to go to a game with my dad using my season tickets. That happens this weekend. So I shared in the vlog before, I am a brand new season ticket holder to the Seattle Seahawks. I've been waiting a decade to get my tickets. I finally got them this year, and there was nobody else in the entire world that I wanted to go to game number 1 to, the first game with my season tickets, other than my dad. It had to be him. It just absolutely had to be him. So booked our tickets, booked our place to stay in Seattle. It is, like I said, 4:30 right now. Our flight leaves at 7 a.m. We get to Seattle about, I think, 11-ish a.m. on Saturday. We've got the rest of Saturday in Seattle. Sunday, obviously, is focused on the Seahawks game, and then we fly home early Monday. It's a super quick trip, but I am so unbelievably excited for this weekend in Seattle with my dad. You will notice that we have reached the time of the year where summer light is officially over. Skies are dark, and that's something that we haven't had a lot of, or any of, over the last number of months. And so being outside and seeing the dark skies is just another sign of the change of seasons here in Alaska. Well, Dad and I made it to the airport. We are all checked in, and we're here in the Alaska Lounge getting breakfast. We got all sorts of food options, but over here, they have like croissant rolls, and then, well, they're out of the egg patties right now, but we just had egg patty, sausage, croissant sandwiches. Pretty darn delicious. We have made it to our gate. Our plane's out there. We have probably 10 minutes or so till we start to board. Okay, we are on the plane. Dad is right up there. You can see we boarded early, and nobody else on here, but it's supposed to be a pretty full flight.
Please stand clear while flight attendants unlock doors for arrival.
We have made it off the plane, and we are out here waiting for our hotel shuttle at SeaTac. We're actually staying at the Cedarbrook Lodge. It is one of Sherri and my favorite places to stay. Stayed here before and absolutely love it. And they had a pretty great rate, actually, for this weekend here with my dad. Dad's never stayed here, so I'm excited for him to experience Cedarbrook. But now we're just waiting for the shuttle to arrive. I will say, it is fall back in Alaska, chill in the air, leaves are changing, but here in Seattle, it still feels pretty warm. Well, it is several hours later. Dad and I are checked into our hotel. We've actually gone and had lunch. Dad's back in the room, laying down, getting a little bit of a rest in. It's been a good day so far. Our flights were really uneventful, which is what you want from flights. We came and got checked into our hotel, and we're staying at the Cedarbrook Lodge. I think I said that earlier, and it's beautiful. And there are some unique parts about it, so I wanted to take some time and just kind of give you a little tour of some of the hotel here. And so let me show you. First of all, here's one of the things that I love about it. Look at this setting. You guys, we are currently probably a 3-minute drive from SeaTac Airport. Oh, it looks like there's a wedding over here from SeaTac Airport. So not in like a rustic resort setting, yet it feels rustic and beautiful. And if the outside isn't beautiful enough, look at the inside of the lodge. Absolutely gorgeous. You can see you got a dining area down here. We got a bar kind of over in this corner. It is so beautiful, but there's still more I want to show you. I even love the things they have in the hotel gift shop. They have Cedarbrook Lodge wine. They have Cedarbrook Lodge bourbon. They have Cedarbrook Lodge IPA. So cool. Now I want to show you maybe my favorite part of this entire lodge. So they have these areas in all the different buildings called like a living room. Just got TV in here, fireplace in here. But over here, check this out. It is all you can eat ice cream. They have mountain blackberry, vanilla bean, like all sorts of different ice creams. 24 hours a day you can come get ice cream. In the fridge, we've got all sorts of yogurt. We've got all sorts of string cheese. That's available 24 hour. Sparkling water, still water, hot water available here. And then over here, we've got malted chocolate balls, trail mix, chocolate raisins, and granola. The best. Okay, I got my milk balls. Back to the room. So this really is just one of the very best hotels in the Seattle area. In fact, I would say by SeaTac Airport, it is by far my favorite property. So if you're coming to Seattle, you're looking for a hotel near SeaTac, again, that feels like you are out in the woods at a lodge. It is perfect. The proximity, the location is amazing, but then you're so close to everything. So Cedarbrook Lodge, once again, absolute home run. Plus, you guys, free ice cream and like malted milk balls? Yes, please. So Dad and I just ordered dinner in. We are watching the Boise State, Oregon football game, and we got dinner from Dick's Drive-In. This is basically Seattle's version of In-N-Out. It is one of my favorites, and we were able to deliver it and have it brought right to us tonight while we watch some football. Hello friends, good morning. We both just woke up, and today is football day. Okay, we just got down here by Lumen Field. We've got a couple of hours before the opening of the stadium. See, we've got Seahawks fans, a few Broncos fans. Dad has on his throwback Tyler Lockett jersey. Look at that. I love this. We even got a Detroit Lions jersey. You never know what you're gonna see on Sunday. We have made it to Victory Hall here at the Box Yard. They got a DJ outside. Let's go in and check it out. So it's still early. Gates just opened here. So there's no cost to get in here. Basically, you can come here, watch the game. It is right across. The stadium is right over there. You can come in here, you can get drinks, you can get food, you can watch the game in here. This is pretty nice. Excited for today's game?
Excited as can be.
I know, me too. All right, we're walking over to the stadium, and right across from Lumen Field where the Seahawks play is T-Mobile Park, where the Mariners play. So you can see both of Seattle's main stadiums right next to each other. Getting closer, you can see the stadium up there. They have all the Seahawks players here. So this Washington Mutual Theater right here, they have a this whole place is open a couple of hours before the game. They have just lots of different pre-game activities in there. Super fun place to go. If you have a game ticket, it's actually included in the price. Come to a game in Seattle, make sure you visit one of the local hot dog trucks and get a Seattle dog. It's got cream cheese on it. It will change your life. We have made it into Lumen Field. These are my season tickets for this year. You can see we have the 12th man flag raising area right there. Pretty darn excited. So my season tickets are in what's called the Toyota fan deck. So we have access to obviously our seats, but then we also have access to this area where there's places to stand. We've got some concessions here. We got a big fireplace that they can turn on. We've got different TV screens. So it's kind of nice. Also being able to come down here during the games. All right, so we're doing all the pregame festivities, and Blue Thunder, the Seahawks drum line, playing now, right down there. Just stepped away from our seats for a minute to grab Dad and I some food. And here's one of the things I love so much about the stadiums in Seattle. The views are awesome. Look at that. We got cruise ships right over there. Oh, we got one of the ferries coming in. Just heard the horn there. We got the Seattle Great Wheel over there. Such a beautiful view close to the water. It was an ugly game. I had my doubts at times, but the Seahawks get the win. Dad just made the point, the Seahawks have never lost a game that we have come to together. Well, the game is over. We've been hanging out. You can see all of the post-game wrap-up kind of stuff. We got birds flying all around. What a fun experience this has been. We're outside of the stadium, and this is kind of the street right outside. I think I showed you before the game. Got all sorts of food. Still a lot of people hanging out after the game. Well, hello friends. I'm obviously back home. A couple days later, Sherri just woohooed me being home. So that's a good thing. Wanted to wrap up this vlog because I know that this was like a weird one, jumping all over. I don't know if you could tell, but like some of it was filmed on our vlog camera, some of it was filmed on my phone. Just kind of like, it was a lot and random, and I understand that. But there were a few things I wanted to talk about at the end that didn't get shown in the vlog that I feel like are important to include. Obviously, this was a weekend in Seattle with my dad and I to see the Seahawks game, and the goal of this was just to make father-son memories while we still have time. And so from that, 100% success. It was the kind of trip that I don't think myself or my dad will ever forget, and that was the goal. We had so much fun. Like, it was just such a great trip. My dad has some mobility issues, so he uses a cane, sometimes uses a walker. So like going through the airport, we used a wheelchair. At the stadium, we used a wheelchair. And that's actually what I want to talk about, because I know a lot of people, when we travel, have questions about accessibility. And there were a few interactions on this trip that to me were just so wonderful that I felt like they needed to be talked about here. I'm going to talk about two things. I'm going to talk about Alaska Airlines and their staff, and I'm going to talk about the staff at Lumen Field, which is the Seahawks field where they play. So Alaska Airlines was absolutely unbelievable on getting Dad the help he needed to get through airports. You know, he gets around great in shorter distances, but an airport can be a long walk, right? Gates are far away. There's terminals. Like in Seattle, you've got to take a train. There's a lot of transport, and so having help really helped him. And Alaska was just so darn attentive. They got the help right away. They got exactly what was needed. And I mean, even flying home through SeaTac Airport, you know, we went to the Alaska Lounge to have breakfast before we flew home, and they got him right to his seat. They held the chair behind their counter. They were like, let us know what, you know, can we bring you stuff? Can we, they did more than just like transport from one location to the next. They actually, I don't know, they were very service oriented. They really like felt accommodating and not like an inconvenience. It was so awesome. Like I've never needed accessibility devices or help when traveling, and this was the first time, and they made it so simple. Like, I mean, they made it so simple. I was so impressed. You guys know I love Alaska Airlines already, and this just added to that. The second thing, and actually this was even better. So football stadiums are huge, right? There's lots of steps, there's lots of levels, there's lots of all of that. So with Alaska Airlines, we let them know in advance that we wanted wheelchair help with Dad, so they kind of like had stuff ready. But the stadium, you just kind of show up and it's like, well, I hope I can find some help. At the stadium, we get there, and Dad, you know, uses his cane to get up there, doing great, but then you have to get to the seats. And as we were approaching the security, basically like the security, like airport security kind of stuff outside the stadium, they saw Dad kind of coming with his cane, and one of the ladies actually was proactive and came over and was just like, would you guys like some, like a wheelchair help or some assistance to your seats or to your level? And it was like, yes. Like, I was going to look for a Lumen Field event person, and they actually found us first, which is crazy. And they're like, great, let's go right in here. So went in. I bet it was 30 seconds, maybe, before like there was a lady there helping us. And super nice, super friendly. Where are you guys from? Have you been to the field before? You know, oh my gosh, you're from Alaska. You're a season ticket holder. You're all this kind of stuff. And she was just so helpful. And I was telling Sherri that as we were walking to our seats, it wasn't just like she was just kind of like pushing Dad in the chair. She was like basically giving us like almost like a little bit of a stadium tour. She was like, did you hear that Cam Chancellor's going to be raising the 12-man flag today? And over here's where this happened. And over here's where this happened. And if you come back to do a tour, look for this. And if you just, it was like she was glad that she was getting to do that job, not like she had a job to do. Does that make sense? Like that difference? And so they helped Dad get to where we needed to go. And then at the end of the game, Chair helped back out. It was just so amazing. Like, I was so impressed with their staff and the way that they helped. It was beyond whatever I expected. Again, I've never traveled like that before, and Alaska Airlines and Lumen Field made it so much easier for my dad to have a great experience. And that meant the world to me, because the whole point of this trip was for my dad to have a great experience. And I did what I could, but then Alaska Airlines and Lumen Field did what they could and went above and beyond to ensure. So those, I'm so thankful. Like, I am so thankful for every person who helped us. I'm so thankful that I got a weekend away with my dad. I'm so thankful that he loved the Cedarbrook Lodge that we stayed at. He got to enjoy that. I'm so thankful just that we got to talk football and high five after Seahawks touchdowns. And it was just what I wanted it to be. For my first game, getting to go to as a Seahawks season ticket holder with my dad, it was perfect. Again, like I said, a memory that I think he and I will share and will have and will talk about for the rest of our lives. And what more could you possibly want, right? Like, what more could you possibly want from a trip like that? So, friends, I love you. Did not vlog as much as I had wanted to, but you got to see kind of snippets from the course of the weekend. You guys, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for being part of our community. We will see you on the next LeggLife video.